Hello again, traders. So this is just a quick Forex market analysis using Ichimoku and fractal levels. So we're just going to have a quick look at the market and see if there's any opportunities on the horizon. So we're going to start off with the euro yen, because there's nothing on the pound USD yet. So as you can see, we're in a very strong uptrend. This is the H4. So let's go to the daily. We're in a very strong uptrend, as you can see, and then we reach this level here. I'll mark this with a red line, this fractal level. The high is that level there, that's at 131.90. We didn't quite make it to there, but we made it to this level here, this fractal level, and it looks like we're bouncing now to the downside off that fractal level. So we'll now drop down to the 4-hour time frame and see if we can get an opportunity. And looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see that there's our level that I marked, and then looks like we're bouncing off that level, and look, you can see here we've got a trading opportunity. We need to wait on the close of this candle, and the trading opportunity is the break of this fractal here. So if we get a close below that, we could take it to the downside. We're ignoring Ichimoku in this instance. Sometimes we have to ignore Ichimoku because it's as good as it is, it's still a lagging indicator. So you can see that the cloud's thick, the future cloud's getting thick, and like I say, we're in a strong uptrend, and now it looks like we're going to break this 4-hour fractal. And if we go back to the daily again, we can see that we're bouncing off that level there, and it looks like it's holding as a strong level. So we're going to bounce, and then hopefully this will go back to the downside. So back to the 4-hour again, and we're breaking this fractal here. So we want to close below that fractal, and we'll be breaking Kijun-sen as well. So that's a fractal break and a Kijun-sen break trade there, but we're going against Ichimoku. Obviously Chico's span's got to get through this price as well. The stop loss will be quite big. So let's have a look. If we get a close there, where it is now, 129.46, 130.87. So it'll be quite a big stop loss. So you'll have to work out your risk management and your trading account. So reduce the amount of lots that you put on, or reduce the amount of money that you put on it, the risk. Make sure you work your risk out before you take the trade. Stop loss up there. Your stop loss would have to be up there because price can go back up there. You could take a bit of a chance and put your stop loss at one of these fractal levels here, but don't be surprised if price goes back up there before it moves down. Okay, so that's the euro yen. USD yen. We've got a support level here where this red line is. So what we'd want to do is look for a break of that level. Kumo cloud's getting thick again. When we were up here, I'd probably said we might bounce here, but we didn't bounce, we just broke. We had no price action to go long, so we just broke that level. We broke Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, and now we'll be looking to see what price does when it gets to this level. We'll see if we can get a bounce at this level to the upside. If not, we'll see if it breaks and closes and trade it to the downside. By that time, this cloud might have turned bearish. So that's the USD yen, pound yen. Here we're looking at about a potential bounce on this level here, I'll put this red line. We're going to look at that level, or Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. But at the moment it's in a strong down trade. There's no trade at the moment. We're waiting on this to see what it does at one of these levels, and then we can make a decision from there. So that's pound yen. Aussie yen. Not much here at the moment. We'd have to mark these levels. Don't like the look of this at the moment. There's too much garbage here going on. So I'd probably leave that alone and see what it does when it gets down here. We might get a Kumo breakout to the downside, but as yet we've not got a future bearish cloud, and Chiku span's got to get through this price. We've just got a TK cross by the look of it there. But we want to mark these levels and see if we can get we could trade the break of that level to the downside, or the Kumo breakout, the bearish Kumo breakout. So that's the Aussie yen. Aussie USD. Here we've got, let's have a look. We've got a level here that we could get to, and we'll wait to see what price does at this point. It might bounce off that point, and if we'll get some price action, we can trade it back to the upside, or it might just break through and come down to this level here. So that level's 27236. Or it could come down to this level here, 7202. But I'm going to leave my level there. I usually leave it on the wick, or you could just draw a zone and put it at the bottom of the candle body and at the end of the zone. Okay. You can see it's been ranging this pair for quite a while. So reached the bottom there and then back up, just about back down to the bottom and then back up again. Not quite reached there, and now we're back. So if we get to this level, we could trade it as a range to the upside. Okay, so that's Aussie USD. Euro Aussie. It looks like at the moment we're bouncing off this Tenkan-sen, but we didn't get a really good bounce because it did break Tenkan-sen, but then it came straight back up and bounced, and it didn't give us an indecision candle. So I'm not sure. I mean, we could probably get in here. I won't take this trade, but let's have a look at the stop loss. 59.80, where my red line is, the stop loss. 6047. So that's about 70 pips. Well, just a bit less. 65 pip stop loss, but it hasn't closed yet. We have got a bit of an indecision there, but it's not close enough to Tenkan-sen for my liking, that. And it looks like it attempt to go lower, but in the 4 hours that this candle's been active, it's bounced back up. So if we'd have dropped down, we could have dropped down to the 2 hours, but then we're just trying to chase it. Then we might have got a indecision on the 2 hour candle, and there we are, look. So we came back down there, and then if we did, but then we'd have been trading the 2 hour, which we don't just want to keep dropping down time frames just to get a trade. Because what it is, you see, we need to wait for enough momentum to build up. I mean, enough momentum's built up here, but it's all happened in this 1 4 hour candle, which is not ideal. We want an indecision like this one here, look, and we could have put an entry order there and then traded it. But the only indecision is there, and it wasn't right on the Tenkan-sen, so it's probably not one I'm going to take. So Euro CAD, nothing going on here, just ranging, so I'm not going to talk about that. There's nothing going on. It's in a range. We've reached this level here. I'll mark it with a blue line. Reached the level there, and then we came back to that level, and now who knows what will happen. I mean, we've got a level here as well, so it's more or less in a range at the moment, and it's a small range as well, so it's just not worth trading to me. Euro pound. We had some news yesterday which made the pound shoot up quite quickly. So whether it's continuing that today, I don't know, but it seems to be continuing slightly. We're just about to get a bearish cross here, so we've had the TK cross. I'll just mark this level. We've got quite a few levels here, but it looks like the news is taking hold and making this go down. The pound news is going up, so the euro pound is going down. Chico's broke through price. We've just about got a bearish cross, so we haven't really got any price action to trade here. We can't just jump in here, because we can't just jump in when it's moving. We need some price action. So again, it's a waiting game. See what happens. It could bounce on any one of these levels really, or it could just continue down, depending on what other news might come out. We've always got to check the news as well. So Aussie CAD, it reached Tenkan Sen. In fact, I'll just move this. It reached Tenkan Sen, and then it bounced without giving us a separate candle. You'd have to be very aggressive to enter this as soon as it got to Tenkan Sen and before it closed, because when it closed we had no price action. All we had was that little wick, and then it opened up, started moving higher again, which you'd have thought it were going to just continue higher, and it looks like it's honouring this level and Tenkan Sen, because now it's bouncing to the downside again. So again, we haven't got a separate candle. We've got a level here. Got to look left, keep looking left. We've got a level here to get through. So this is not one I'll enter either, because it's again, we'd have to drop down to a smaller time frame to see the indecision part of it. We'll finish up with a CAD yen. So we've got a similar setup to earlier as well. We've got price moved all the way up in a steep uptrend, and then it looks like it's pulling back, but it's broke through Tenkan Sen and Kijun Sen. So we've got to wait now and see if it honours one of these levels. We had a fractal break there. Too late now, but we had a fractal break trade there. Okay, close of that. Should have been in there, but we missed it. And that would have been at 85.80. Again, it would have been a big stop loss. It's similar to that other one. What was that one? Yeah, Euro Yen. Fractal break, look. Steep uptrend, and the first fractal break there. Because we're breaking bull fractals all the way up here, look. But break. Didn't quite break, and then we broke another one there. So first fractal break in this direction, bearish. And that's what we got on this CAD yen, but it's too late now. We should have been in there. Now I wasn't watching the chart, I was busy with something else, so not sure what we can do now. We've just got to wait now, really. We broke this fractal, so we should pull back to this fractal where my blue line is, and then we'll see if we can get some price action here, and then we'll continue entering it to the downside, bearish. Yeah, so we missed a chance there, really. Bit disappointing. There's the level, look. We could have been in there for this first fractal break. If you look at these, look. We had two fractals there. We made a low there. Made another fractal there. Made a couple of fractals here. Then, since then, we've just been breaking bull fractals. There, look. Break. And we've not broke. And instead we've gone to the downside and we broke this bear fractal. So these fractal breaks can be good trades. So if we entered there, look, would have been in profit. if we'd have entered there, I'll put a line on. So we'd have entered there, close of that would have been in profit, would have been a good trade. If we'd have entered on that break, we would have been in profit. That break, depending on where we'd had a stop loss. Now where would we have had a stop loss? If we entered on that break, stop loss probably would have had to have been down there. So that would have been about an 80 pip stop loss. We have to try and put a stop loss at the other fractal, because look, it can come all the way down. Didn't quite get to it. So that would have been a good one as well. But if you're conservative with your stop loss, you know, it's can make a difference. Anyway, so we've got a break there, and we had a break there, and we could have, on that break there, we could have probably put the stop loss just below them two little candles there. Then we had so we'd have been in there, we'd have been in profit there. It's always good to look back at these trades to see if they see what works and what don't work. So break there, stop loss would have had to have been below there because of them two candles there, look. And you see, would have been on there, 2 or 3 pips below there, and it would have come right back to and nearly stopped us out. But because we were under there, we were safe, and it went to the upside. And that's the key, you see. We've got to stay in. Got to stay in these trades. Don't get scared and close the trade, because then it'll turn around and go your way. So we had a break there, but that's too big. See that? That's too far away from that. That's the fractal level. Okay, that's the fractal level, but look how much space there is there. There's about, let's have a look, 86 point. It's about 30 pips there, but then there's this to consider where a stop loss is. Not only was it too big, but it didn't work because it went the opposite way. So most of these fractal break trades work, and then the one that doesn't work is the one that's going to turn the market around, go the other way. So, but this is the H4 chart. Daily, I mean, you're looking at even less. So we didn't even show a fractal on the daily. So I don't often trade the daily. I look at the daily to get me levels. Then I go down to 4 hour to get me trade. And I think, you know, 4 hour, you're not waiting as long to take a trade. You don't be taking a trade every 2 minutes, but daily for me, you could be waiting a week, 2 weeks just to wait for a trade to develop, and then it might not even develop. So here, look, fractal break. We could have been in there. Would have had to have been on that close of that candle there. Not much distance from the fractal, right? But a stop loss would have still had to have been up there. I mean, if you put your stop loss anywhere else, you're taking a risk, because even though that came down to there was no wick at all. So no indication that it was even when they go to the upside. So no wick. But you take a chance and put your stop loss here, you know, or just somewhere random, and not behind a fractal. You're taking a chance that could come back up. And in fact, when it opened, look, it did start going back up, and it could have quite easily come right back up to this Tenkan-sen here, or anywhere in this area. And that's why we need a stop loss up here to be safe. And I usually put it right on the edge of that arrow, that marker, that fractal marker, so that it just leaves 2 or 3 pips. So right on that edge, and it seems to snap to it as well. So let's have a look. Would have made about 30 pips at the moment. on this trade, on this fractal break trade, because we'd have been in there, and would have been in at 85.81, and it's now on 85.58. So 20 pips profit at the moment. But we missed it. I missed it because I wasn't paying attention to the charts. So anyway, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.